Alright, so as far as the introduction being effective, I thought you did a good job of explaining the perceptions of mental health and depression and kind of the leading up and misconceptions that people can have. I wasn't exactly sure of the two sides that you were presenting as the extremes and the third stance you were taking necessarily. So perhaps it could be a little clearer. Because considering the thesis that the stigma has to be broken, it kind of just leaning towards one argumentative side, not necessarily a bridge or connection or perhaps just another option. And I think it's persuasive, and I agree with the message. It just is hard necessarily to see, and it might just be me. It might just be that I'm not necessarily seeing exactly, but as far as that's concerned, I believe that's one area that could be changed going forward. My general impression, I thought, was it's good. It's very clear. I really like the linear guide that you take through when discussing people's perceptions and the effects and the misconceptions that come from that and the results that not everybody is on an extreme spectrum of it. It's hard to see, it's hard to know exactly what's taken care of, and people just need to be educated more. And I do think it is persuasive in that manner. And I guess in then that way it's also confusing, and that's only because I couldn't necessarily see, and it brings back to the root of what I was talking about earlier, necessarily what the other options were. I thought maybe it could have been that people can't quite understand it or don't know enough about it, and then there's extremes. I just couldn't really tell. So just a little bit of elaboration there, I suppose. Um, my favorite aspect, I really like. Again, I like the guide that you take us through. I think it's very clear. It's very step by step. It's very persuasive in the aspect that it just shows you exactly what the situation is, explains it out accurately with those good sources. I thought the sources again were accurate because it just fully explains. Boom, here's what it is defined as, and then here's the statistics of people who experience it. I thought they were clear, used effectively. So those were great. And as far as attention, I think it all harkens back to just the same idea, is the third perspective, and just making it clear what the two stances are previous and then making yours definitive. But as far as that is, that's the only thing I could see to be improved so far. I thought each area you discussed during the essay was clear, persuasive, and I like it so far.